Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Profit Plays YouTube channel. Today is Sunday, June 23rd, and I am back with another 6 plays we're going to be breaking down for this beautiful Sunday slate of games. We have been extra hot lately over the last couple days. Hopefully that continues into Sunday. We are going to be looking at a couple matchups here between the Giants and the St. Louis Cardinals. We're also going to be looking at the Minnesota Twins once again going up against the Oakland Athletics. My 2 best player props of the day at the end of the video and 6 plays overall for today's video. But before we go any further, I must insist, drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and share with a friend. Do those 3 things. You're going to win every bet today. All right, let's break down some ball. All right, guys, let's take a look at this graphic here. Green. It's green up there. 5-0 days so far. We have the Orioles and the Astros under 8 runs. Got a little dicey in the first 4 innings. I think they had 5 runs, but they settled down. Corbin Burns especially settled down. He was still able to go 7 innings. He gave up 4 runs, but Ronel Blanco did the rest for that in the under 8 runs there. Ben Lively, under 2.5 runs, a little dicey as well. In this one, he gave up 2 runs, only 3 hits on 2 solo shots. We did cash that one there. The graphic plays with the Twins. -half on the first 5, 7 runs in the second inning helped us out there. Carlos Correa, over 1.5 bases, 2 singles in his first 2 at-bats. And then J.J. Bleday with the power in his first at-bat hits a home run for a no-sweat bet on every single graphic play there. Jesse Winker is the last man standing here for the 6-0 day. I'm really hoping he can get it done for us. 2 at-bats so far against the Rockies. He had a walk and then a sacrifice bunt. With 1 out against the Rockies in a 1-1 game in the second inning or the third inning. I'm not entirely sure why he did that or if that was something the manager said to do, but Jesse Winker should be swinging for the fences with a guy on first with 1 out in the third inning. That is unacceptable behavior from him. So hopefully he doesn't do any more sacrifice bunts in this game. Hopefully he swings for the fences in his next couple at bats. But let's take a look at this leaderboard. We are doing pretty good here. 18-5 over the last 7 days. We are now over 30 games above 500, so looking really good there. Hopefully that can continue going into Sunday slate. Let's take a look at these Sunday games. We're going to be starting with the San Francisco Giants going up against the St. Louis Cardinals. We have a couple guys on the mound who are well-known and well-liked. It's going to be Logan Webb on the mound for the Giants and Sonny Gray on the mound for the St. Louis Cardinals. We're going to be taking a look at the over-under in this game, and it's sitting at 7.5. I think that's too low for the way these teams have been swinging the bat. I'm going to take the over in this game of 7.5 as the play. I know that the Giants and the Cardinals, they're not the sexiest teams in the world whenever you're looking for run production, but just take a look over the last 5 or 6 games for both of these teams. The Giants have now scored 5+ runs in 6 of the last 9 games they've been in, and they've scored 4 runs a couple times as well in those games. And the St. Louis Cardinals are pretty similar to the Giants, especially over the last 5 games. They've scored 6+ runs in 4 of the last 5 games that they've played in as well. And you don't have to tell me the Cardinals and the Giants, they've struggled at times to put up runs. But both of these teams are coming in with a lot of confidence at the plate, and the games that they've been in over the last 4 or 5 games, they're scoring 6 runs before the third inning, it feels like, in most of them. That might change a little bit in this game, but I don't think it's going to change enough for it not to go over 8 runs. We're going to start here with Logan Webb, who has had difficulties this season at giving up too many hits. But like I say, every single time I break down Logan Webb, he's one of the best guys in baseball at getting himself out of jams. He has given up 6+ hits in 3 of his last 4 games, but he's always been able to limit the damage in the majority of them, giving up a total of 7 runs over the last 3. I will gladly take 3 runs in this game out of the Cardinals in the first 6 innings because I think the Giants are going to do just as much damage with Sonny Gray on the mound. He's coming into this game in pretty good form, but he's also faced off against the Pirates and the Marlins over the last 2 games. He's coming in with a 2.95 ERA, and he's given up 3+ runs in 2 of the last 4 games to the Rockies and the Philadelphia Phillies. Logan Webb is nearly the same ERA, coming in with a 2.99, and these guys will most likely be able to go 6+ innings each, but I do expect both of them to give up a couple runs. The number is just sitting too low for me not to take the over, especially with the way these teams have been hitting the ball. So I'm going to go over 7.5 runs here as the first play of the day. For the player props on the screen, not going to touch Paul Goldschmidt, even though I think he will go over his total bases. I've talked about Paul on the member side a lot this season, and it's just incredible how he was able to turn his season all the way around. It's just been a professional at-bat after professional at-bat for Paul Goldschmidt over the last 2 months for him. I'm pretty sure he was below 200. Now he's sitting close to 240 batting average on the season, so really good for him. I do think he's going to get over 1.5 bases. Feels like every single game now he gets at least 1 hit. So I do like that play there. I'm not going to play it, though. I will be playing Michael Conforto, though, of the Giants to go over 1.5 bases against the Cardinals. The weak spot for Sonny Gray this season has been against lefties. He's giving up a batting average of 264 to that side compared to 166 on the right. He's also given up 10 extra base hits of the 31 hits given up on that side of the plate. This is going to be a left against right matchup. And while Conforto has struggled at times this season against righties, all of his power numbers are against that side. This should be a friendly hitter matchup. I'm taking Michael Conforto here over 1.5 bases as the play there. Let's go over to the best play of the day here. It's going to be a look between the Minnesota Twins and the Oakland Athletics. Once again, I do apologize for the back-to-back days with the same series, but I got a chance to watch most of the game on Saturday. It just seems like this is too low of a number once again. There's no way this number should be only 8 runs scored because both of these teams lately have been scoring pretty easily, and both of these games in the first 2 games in the series have been over double digits. The Twins, they've scored 15 total runs, while the Athletics have scored 8 total runs, and we've seen both of these games go over 11 runs. The pitching matchup looks to be a hitter-friendly one as well in this one, so I'm not entirely sure why this is sitting at 8 runs. I'm going to take the over 8 as the play here. I'm going to start here with Hogan Harris, who will be going for the Oakland Athletics. He's coming in as a lefty with a 2.37 ERA. He has been in 6 games this season for the Athletics. He's been pretty good for them, going 30 innings. He hasn't been bad. I'm a little bit concerned, though, for him in this game because typically whenever I look at matchups, I always look for the left against right or the right against left. It's always easier to pick up the ball on the opposite side most of the time for the hitter, seeing it out of his hand easier for the pitcher. But for Hogan here in this game, he's going to be going up against 7 right-handed hitters and 2 switch hitters. So I had to take that into effect when I was looking at this over. In the Minnesota Twins, they've been red hot at the plate over the last couple of games. This is not a team that needs any advantage at the plate right now. And it seems like this is a pretty big advantage, getting all those players going up against the opposite side of the mound. And I know for a fact that it's going to be a very big advantage because I went and looked it up. The Minnesota Twins this season, 279 against left-handed pitchers as a team. That's the second best number in baseball behind the Diamondbacks, who are hitting 280 as a team against lefties. If you're looking for a team total in this one, Twins over team total as a play there. I think they're going to put up a lot of runs in this game going up against the Athletics. But the reason I like the over in the entire game of 8, though, is because Pablo Lopez is going to be on the mound for the Twins. And while he was pretty good last season and the year before that, he's been a very big disappointment this season for the Twins. He's coming into this game with a 5.63 ERA, a 1.25 whip. Those are his 2 career highs since 2018. He's given up 3+ runs in 6 of the last 9 games, and he's also given up 5+ hits in 7 of the last 10 games. He is struggling severely this season, and while this should be a good matchup going up against the Oakland Athletics for him, we've seen the Athletics put up a fight against the Twins already in this series. They put up 5 runs in the first game. I expect this game to go over 8 runs. I don't see any way it doesn't, so I'm taking the over 8 here as the play. For the player props on the screen, you can take both of them. Carlos Correa, he's been electric over the last couple months of baseball. He is getting a left-handed matchup, which is favoring him, so I do like that play, but I can't take it. I don't have enough room on the graphic plays. I'm going to be taking J.J. Bleday, though, over 1.5 bases once again going up against the Twins. The first at-bat yesterday against Bailey Ober, 410 to right center field. And I expect the exact same outcome in this one going up against Pablo Lopez, who is a right-handed pitcher going up against the lefty. Lopez this season, he's struggling against lefties, giving up 10 home runs already this season to the left side with a 269 batting average. JJ does have all of his power coming against right-handed pitching this season, having 16 doubles, 3 triples, now 8 home runs against righties, having a 268 batting average compared to a 204 against lefties. I love the play here once again. J.J. Bleday over 1.5 bases as the first graphic play there. Let's go over now to the best props of the day. We're going to be looking at Lane Thomas here of the Washington Nationals going up against the Rockies. First, over 1.5 bases against Kyle Freeland. And yes, you did hear me right. Kyle Freeland's going to be back on the mound for the Rockies, and we need to attack this guy immediately. In the early stage of this season, we only saw him play 4 games. And in those 4 games, he gave up 25 runs, 32 hits, 13.21 ERA with 15 2/3 innings pitched. He has a 2.55 whip this year as well, and he's giving up a batting average of over 400 on both sides of the plate. He's coming off the 60-day IL, so I'm not entirely sure how long we're going to see him pitch in this game, but we should get 1 at-bat, maybe a second at-bat going up against Kyle Freeland. He did have 3 rehab starts at AAA, and in the 3rd rehab start, he did go 67 pitches, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs in that game. I just don't see any way he comes into this game and doesn't give up multiple hits and multiple runs going 4+ innings here. The numbers for Thomas on that side of the plate, they're also fantastic. He's only hitting 238 on the season, but against lefties, he has a batting average of 327, collecting 17 hits and 52 at-bats. He did extremely well against lefties in the series going up against the Miami Marlins a few days ago. So I do expect him to excel once again here going up against the lefty and Kyle Freeland. I'm taking him over 1.5 bases there as the first best play of the day. For the second best play of the day, it is going to be Bryce Miller of the Seattle Mariners to go under 2.5 runs allowed going up against the Marlins. With the way the lines have been working, though, lately with the Miami Marlins, this one might come out at under 1.5. To be safe, I put 2.5. Either way here, I'm going to play it. It'll probably be 1.5 for Bryce Miller. He is coming into this game pitching extremely well for the Mariners. 3.46 ERA, 1.01 whip. And whenever he faces off against bottom-tier opponents, the numbers this season have been elevated. In the last couple games against the White Sox and the Angels, he was able to go a combined 13 innings, giving up just 5 hits, no runs. He struck out 17. The White Sox are worse than the Miami Marlins according to the numbers, but the Angels, they are a little bit better than Miami, and they were shut down against Miller just a couple starts ago. The Marlins are now only hitting 234 as a team, putting up 3.56 runs per game. That is 29th in baseball, right above the White Sox. The Marlins have also been extremely good this season with their pitching rotation. And Bryce Miller, he's been one of the better arms in this rotation. They have been shutting down Miami so far in this series. The Marlins have only scored 3 total runs in the first 2 games of the series. I don't think they're going to sniff 3 runs in this game either. I'm taking the under 1.5 total runs given up by Bryce Miller as the play there. All right, let's go look at the graphic here. We are going to have 3 graphic plays. Conforto over 1.5 bases going up against the Cardinals and Sonny Gray. We've got the over in that game between Logan Webb and Sonny Gray. 2 guys on the mound that I love, 2 guys on the mound that are well known. I think the over is still going to hit with the way the teams have been swinging the bat. We've got J.J. Bleday over 1.5 bases. Sprinkle a home run on that one. It'll probably go deep in the first game or in the first at bat there for him. And then we've got the Twins and the Athletics. Over 8 runs scored in that game as well. Big over day here for myself. They've scored 11 runs in back-to-back games. I don't see how that one's going to slow down, especially with the Twins getting a really favorable matchup against the lefty. And we've got Bryce Miller, under 2.5 runs going up against the Miami Marlins. Again, that might be 1.5, probably will be 1.5. And then Lane Thomas, over 1.5 bases going up against the Colorado Rockies. Lane Thomas, left against right matchup. Kyle Freeland, over 13-plus ERA this season. Guys, that's going to do it for the MLB Picks and Props for Sunday, June 23rd slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please share, drop a like on this video, and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.